When the GoXLR Mini dropped almost 2 years ago, competition was light. So how does the GoXLR Mini still stack up in the market today? As we know, the GoXLR and the GoXLR Mini were insanely popular when they launched. But for this video, we're only going to talk about the GoXLR Mini, as I really feel like the full-size GoXLR is borderline obsolete. Let's briefly cover the specs, and if you want a full review on this, check out this video right here. It has 4 programmable channels with manual faders. It uses USB 2.0 Type B connection, allows for use with an XLR or auxiliary mic, 48-volt phantom power, and has a built-in Midas preamp. Now, why I stated the full-size GoXLR is borderline obsolete is first, the competition, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. And secondly, the Mini. The GoXLR Mini has all the same functionality as the full-size GoXLR, minus the auto faders and the sampler, but at half the cost when it's not on sale. And I can promise you that is a small compromise to make. So let's start with who this device is designed for, and that's streamers. You could use this device elsewhere, but when it comes to things for like instruments and stuff like that, it's just not very good. These preamps are not made for that. But for streamers, or even for using in YouTube videos like I am right here, it's perfect. You have a device that allows you to fully EQ and morph the sound of your mic while also allowing you to fully control the volume of any source used with this. Hence the faders. So while you're in game, you can easily adjust the volume of voice chat, of game, of music, of anything like that without having to leave the screen you're on, without having to leave your game. And that's pretty incredible. Not to mention that you can mute your mic from the device itself, so you don't even have to leave your screen for that. And for console gamers, they got you covered. You can run an auxiliary cable or an optical cable to the GoXLR Mini and control the volume of any of your games and your console easily. But of course, there are some negatives, and first, it comes with updates. The original team that worked on the GoXLR Mini at TC Helicon has since then left, and honestly, it's been a couple of years, and we're just always left wondering when an actual good update's gonna come. And secondly, submixes. It is great that you can control each individual source, but the only bummer is that you can't control the volume of how it sounds to you and how it sounds to your stream. So if you adjust the volume of your game, it's going to adjust it in your mix and the stream mix, so you can't do it independently. And of course, it's using this old-ass Type B USB connection. I know it's not the end of the world, and it still securely fits and everything like that, but it would just be nice to have a uniform USB-C connection on every single device. Finally, let's look at the competition. I have 4 alternatives to the GoXLR and 1 up-and-comer: the Focusrite Scarlett, the Avermedia XLR, Elgato Wave 3, and Elgato Wave XLR. Starting with the Focusrite, and this is probably the most popular when it comes to any streaming, YouTube, or just general PC gaming setup, and for good reason. It's a very simple plug-and-play device that allows for some great sounding XLR audio. Plus, you can use it with music. However, I just don't recommend this for streaming, and it's because of that total lack of audio control. You do have the ability to adjust your mic, but you can't adjust any of your other sound sources through the Focusrite. And trust me, once you get used to actually being able to adjust all of those audio sources independently and having faders for each one, you can't go back. Now let's look at the Avermedia Live Streamer Nexus, and this device honestly has a lot going on with it. It has 6 knobs that work like faders, a full touchscreen, and 4 pads that can be used as samplers. Now, though my experience with Avermedia has been very poor in the past with some of their other devices, this thing actually really impresses me. However, my first issue with this device is the preamps that they use. As noted in the Alpha Gaming video, the preamps are very terrible in this and very weak, resulting in some very poor performance for a mic like the SM7B. And plus, the price is $350. So when compared to the GoXLR Mini, which can basically do the exact same thing just without the touchscreen, it can't be justified. It cannot be justified. Let's look at the Elgato Wave 3 mic. Now, this is just a USB mic, but I do believe it is so much more than that. With using this mic, you actually get access to Elgato's Wavelink software, and this tool is so robust and feature-packed, it's insane. First, you get submixes, which I mentioned was a big downside of the GoXLR software, and they work beautifully here. Plus, it's Elgato, so you don't have to worry about them probably ever-ending support for this mic, so you're probably gonna get continuous updates for the rest of its life. And the mic just sounds incredible. I mean, it's literally probably one of the best-sounding USB mics that you can get on the market, and it's only $150. Now, there is one major compromise you have to make with this mic, and that comes with the faders. Though the Elgato Wavelink software does have virtual faders, the mic itself does not have an actual fader. It just has 1 gain knob, and that's it. And finally, the Wave XLR, the newest yet probably the most tempting on this list. Now, this is probably the most direct competitor to the GoXLR Mini, and it only comes in at $160. Minus the need for an XLR mic. Now, like the GoXLR, you do get 48 volts phantom power, a powerful preamp, and on-the-fly muting. But you also get access to the Elgato Wavelink software, making this one of the most powerful interfaces on the market for streamers today. However, the one big caveat is that you still don't get the faders. You do have a big knob in the center that'll allow you to adjust the volume of whatever source you want to assign to it, but you know, you'll have to make some sacrifices there. and you can't use an auxiliary mic with it. Back to the GoXLR Mini, and why I still think this is worth buying today. Even with the lack of submixes, the total physical aspects and the software, just all in all, make this an insanely powerful and great pickup for streamers today. Software can always be tweaked and added later on, but the physical faders and the now programmable buttons of the GoXLR Mini set it apart completely from the competition and make it such a crucial must-have device for your desktop. So at $250 at MSRP, and frequently on sale for about $200, this is, in my opinion, one of the best solutions for streamers right now, with the Wave XLR being in a very close second. Now we have one final note, and that's actually the Beacon mic and the Beacon Mix. This is actually in production by the company that originally made the GoXLR. Now we still have a lot to learn about these two devices right here, but what we do know is that it is a USB mic and interface that's made to work together with each other flawlessly. So keep your eyes peeled for that coming in the future. Be sure to check the description down below for affiliate links on anything discussed in this video, and make sure you comment any of your questions you may have. We'll catch you next time.